Okay, good morning all. So I hope you're all doing well. So we are going to start lecture 5 on springs. So I request you guys to please go through the previous videos, and if you have any doubts, you can just note them out and you can put your queries either through text message or through WhatsApp. Okay, so we're going to clarify them while our lecture is going on. Okay, so today we are going to discuss three important topics. So one is on open coiled helical spring and leaf springs, so which are called bending springs, and the springs which are connected in series and parallel. Okay, so these are the topics which we are going to cover today. Okay, so let me share the screen. Yeah, guys, is my screen is visible? Can you see some image, spring image? Guys, please respond. Guys, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. See, I think in the previous class we have discussed on closed coil helical spring, so which is something like which is an torsional spring. So today we are going to discuss on open coiled helical spring. So the major difference between open coiled helical spring and closed coil helical spring, just I will give you a bit more information about that. Okay. So let's see this image. Open coil helical spring, which are can able to sustain maximum compression forces along the axis. Okay, so these springs have helix angle more than 10 degrees, so which is very important, you have to remember that. And the spring which we discussed till now, they are all closed coil helical spring. The springs which helix angle is less than 10 degrees. Okay, so those springs comes under closed coil. So when the helix angle is more than 10 degrees, those springs comes under open coil. Okay, you have to remember and you have to differentiate open coiled and open coiled helical spring, closed coil and open coiled helical spring with this helical angle. Okay, so what do you mean helical angle? How can you differentiate these two with respect to helical angle of 10 degrees? Okay, so let me show you here, guys. So let us take a spring. So the nomenclature of the spring was clearly described here. So this is the mean diameter. From this, you can able to, one second. Yeah, from this, you can able to get the radius. Okay. Isn't it? Yeah. So this is the diameter of the wire, or you can also call it as diameter of the string. And this is the pitch distance, center to center of the each string. Okay. And this is the full length, free length of the member. So which is represented as 2 pi n. 2 pi n. What is that? 2 pi,
R.
2 pi d. 2 pi r. Okay. So this is what the total length of the spring. So which we are going to show it up here. Okay. So the next thing is here, how can we differentiate open coiled and closed coil? If you see the helix axis of the spring, so this is the helix axis of the spring. Okay, and this is the one. Okay, so the angle of the spring, so which is denoted with the symbol alpha, is less than 10 degrees. So we have to represent that as a closed coil helical spring. Okay, so if the same angle is greater than 10 degrees, so we have to represent it as a open coiled helical spring. This is how we are going to differentiate the thing. Okay, so the best examples for closed coil helical spring is, if you see the the spring which is under tension in your bikes 10 degree spring untund kada. Okay, so if you see the spring is very closed in nature. You can't see any pitch distance in between the spring. Okay, so those springs are which are under tension, so they are all closed loop. They are all very close to each other. The spring which is having more distance between two strings, so they are all maximum they are going to be used under compression. Okay, so which are going to be represented as a open coiled helical spring. Right? So let me show you one image, the difference between closed coil and open coil. Guys, this is the one. Okay, see, I think you can see it very clearly. So here, the open coil and the closed coil helical spring. See, do you think the closed coil helical spring over here, will it be used for compression? The first picture, will it be used for compression? No. So this is going to be used for tension wherever you require the spring to carry the tensile forces. Okay, isn't it? So to carry the forces and to absorb, not to absorb energy, to store energy, I can call it as. Okay. Here, this is an open coiled helical spring which is having space between two strings. The pitch distance between two springs will be more. So these springs are going to be used majorly for carrying a compression forces. These springs are going to be used to carry majorly for tensile forces. That's why closed coil helical spring will have a loop on the top, which is going to be, placed to carry the tensile forces. And closed coil, open coil helical spring will be finished with the string itself, where it can able to carry the compression forces. Okay, so I will show you the difference with it in some descriptive way, so where you can able to understand it more clearly. So see these definitions between open coil and closed coil. So the closed coil helical spring is defined as to resist stretching and twisting. These springs are also known as tension or extension springs under. Okay, so the springs which we have discussed till now, they are all known as tensile or extension springs under, or torsional springs under. Okay, where it's going to carry majorly tensile forces. Even the problem which we have done yesterday. Okay, so that problem is also relating to something where the member is subjected to tension, isn't it? So these springs feature an eye or a hook at the end for the attachment. Why these springs are having a hook on the both ends? Why? Because if you want to make use of the springs to carry a tensile forces, you have to attach those hooks at some places. Then only it can able to carry the tensile forces. If you see your bike stand, spring ela attach ayuntundi, the spring was attached on both hooks anamata, isn't it? So then only it can able to carry the tensile forces, right? And one more thing, these springs can endure stress caused by high torsion or bending. So these coils are closely wound to each other and lie on the same axis of the helix. And the turns of the spring lie at 90 degrees to the axis of the helix. What do you mean that? So that means if you see the spring, okay, which is very closed coil, and closed ga untundi without having any space. If you see the axis, so this axis will be almost near to the almost straight anamata kada, closed ga undanukondi loop anedi, then what will happen? This is your axis of the spring. If the spring is very close to each other, the helix of the spring will be, the helix axis of the spring will be almost straight. Then you can see the 90 degrees of angle between the axis of the string with respect to the axis of the spring. With respect to axis of the spring. Idi spring yokka axis. Idi string or coil yokka axis. Okay. So the angle between these two will be almost 90 degrees. Andike cheptunnanu ikkada. the closed coil helical spring will have an angle less than 10 degrees. What do you mean less than 10 degrees? It might be 1 degree, it might be 2 degree, it might be 3 degree, almost ఒక 90 degrees వరకు కూడా మినిమం తో స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి 10 degrees వరకు. 90 degrees అంటే ఏంటి? It will be almost 0 degree. అంతే కదా? ఆల్ఫా 0 degree అంటే ఏంటమ్మా? It will be equivalent to 90 degree with respect to axis of the spring to axis of the string. Clear? So by that we can able to understand what exactly the closed coil helical spring means. Okay, so if you see example over here, చూడండి it's almost straight kada. Ippudu if I would like to draw the thing, I will try to draw here itself. One second. Yeah, this is the axis of the spring, avuna, right? If you see the axis of the string ante enti ee coil యొక్క axis ఈ రెండు ఎలా ఉన్నాయమ్మా? Almost 90 degrees ఉంది, avuna? This is what he is telling about. If you see here the axis of the open coil helical spring, this is the whole axis. If you take axis of each string, will it be 90 degrees? Emma, will it be 90 degrees?
No, sir.
No. So this what I am talking about. Okay, it won't be 90 degrees. It will be
More than 10 degrees.
very good. More than 10 degrees with respect to axis. Ardhamavutunda? Okay, and the angle here will be less than 90 degrees kuda untundi. Okay, so the 10 degrees is nothing but what? Which we are talking about? Helix angle. Okay, 10 degrees ane man deniki maatladtam? Helix angle ki maatladtam, right? So the 90 degrees which we are talking about, axis of the particular string anamata, right? So the turns of the spring lie at 90 degrees to the axis of the helix. These springs are used for heavy duty applications, such as where we are going to use these kind of springs, closed coil helical springs we are going to use at majorly in carburetors. Ekkadenti carburetors ante it will be in a mechanical spare parts anamata, and garage door assembles and vice grip pillars. Not only that, even vehicle stands దగ్గర కూడా యూస్ చేస్తాం, vehicle stands. Okay, so let's see. One second, let me erase that, so by that you can able to see the. So okay, so I think it is not going up. Okay, so anyway, closed coil helical spring చూడండి. So these helical springs are designed to resist compression. As I told you, closed coil open coil helical springs are going to be used only for compression members, which is they are known as compression springs under, right? So these springs are not wound tightly and have a high pitch. Why? What do you mean high pitch? The high pitch is nothing but the distance between these two coils will be more anamata, right? And have a high pitch. This results in large space between the coils, which also makes the springs very recognizable. Hence, no two turns of a spring will lie on the same axis. Enduku? Because two axes of the strings won't touch each other. Rendu touch avavu. Endukante it will have more pitch distance anamata. So that is the reason why. So they are going to be used for compression, and these open coil helical springs are also considered as torsional and bending. Endukante ee springs bend avutayi and twist kuda avutayi anamata. That's why open coil helical spring is a best example for torsional and bending spring under dinni. Okay, so the inka meeku best example cheppali ante, if you see a spring which is in your jetter pen, see how many of you used jetter pens? Jetter pens lo spring undi kada. If you take out the spring and see, the distance between each coil will be more kada. Try to compress the spring. ఎప్పుడైనా మీరు ఆ స్ప్రింగ్ ని కంప్రెస్ చేశారా? జటర్ పెన్ లో ఉన్న స్ప్రింగ్ Compress చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది చెప్పండి? That spring will try to compress and sometimes that spring will try to bend also. Avuna bend kuda avutundi. Why? Because of having least radius of gyration, because of having more slenderness, those springs will subjected to bending also. Okay, so by that, open coiled helical springs are going to twist, along with they are going to bend, right? So that's why open coiled helical springs are the best examples of torsional and bending springs and chapter. Clear?
Sir, closed coil helical springs also will resist torsion, no, sir, twisting.
Adema, closed coil helical spring will only twist, but it won't bend. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Bend above. Enduku bend above cheppandi? Why? Because the pitch distance between two coils are not, I mean, won't have more. Okay? A space anedi ekku undadu. They are almost close anamata. Appudu emoutundi? They can't compress. Kada, you can't apply any compression forces there. You have to apply tensile forces. When a member is subjected to tension, will it bend? Bend avutunda cheppandi?
No, sir.
No. See, if you try to apply tensile forces here, will it bend? It won't bend. It will just elongate. Kani, if you apply compression forces here like this, there is a possibility of bend. Ila bend a chance undi, right? Along with there will be a possibility of compression. That's why these are examples for torsion and these are examples for bending also. But these springs will only subjected to torsion and twisting anamata. Okay, so that's what we have to understand about a closed coil and an open coil helical spring. Clear? Right. So now let me show how to calculate, I mean how to write the deflection formula for the open coiled helical spring. Okay, so why? Because so yesterday we have derived, I mean in the previous classes we have gone through what is the angle of twist, what is the deflection formula, what is the maximum deflection, what is the stiffness formula of a closed coil helical spring. Okay, but today we are going to write what is the deflection formula for the open coiled helical spring. Okay, so which are going to be very important for solving problems. Okay, so let me write that, so then you can able to understand it clearly, okay, while solving problems. So I think andariki oka glance aithe vachindi kadama, oka idea aithe vachindi kada, clear picture. Okay, right, so let me close this. And yeah, so ఇది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ అమ్మా, ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు నోట్ దిస్. ఓపెన్ కాయిల్ హెలికల్ స్ప్రింగ్ అంటే హెలిక్స్ యాంగిల్ గ్రేటర్ దాన్ 10 degrees ఉంటుంది. క్లోజ్డ్ కాయిల్ హెలికల్ స్ప్రింగ్ అంటే ద హెలిక్స్ యాంగిల్ విల్ బి లెస్ దాన్ 10 degrees. Okay, so let me close this also. I think you all understood this concept. Yeah. So I think I have to erase this. So then we can start the writing formula of a open coiled helical spring deflection. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right. So let's keep a heading. Open coil helical spring. So which is axial force. Aim axial force amaidi. What type of axial force? Compression force. Why? Because these springs are majorly used for compression. Okay, so let me draw the diagram. Yeah, guys, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, so let me continue. Okay, yeah. Okay, so closed coil helical spring, so which is an axial force, which is in terms of compression. Okay. So let us take the axis, which is a YY axis, and X axis. Okay. So which are closed loop anamata, ila close ayipotundi, right? Okay. So if you see the axis of the spring with respect to this will be alpha. Okay, right? So at an origin, so let us take this as an origin. Okay, so if you see an individual axis of the string with respect to this will be greater than 10 degrees. Okay, so this is what about open coiled helical spring. So in this case, what happens, the open coiled helical springs are not close to each other, so there will have more pitch distance will be more. Okay, and the angle alpha so cannot be treated as small, even the angle of alpha also will be more anamata. Okay, so angle of alpha is nothing but with respect to these two axes. Okay, and the bending couple, so here why we are talking like, you know, open coiled helical springs are subjected to bending and endukantunnamo ante, as it is having more pitch distances, the bending couple cannot be considered negligible. So why? Because these springs will be subjected to bending. As it is having more pitch distance, these are going to be subjected to bending. That's why we can't neglect the bending couple of the spring. So the bending couple cannot be considered negligible in comparison with the torsional couple. Why? Because if you take any closed coil helical spring, so when it is subjected to load, okay, any kind of load, so these springs it won't bend. Okay, no bending takes place. So why? Because the angle between vertical axis and the inclined, I mean the axis of the string will always be very less, which is almost 90 degrees untundi kabatti there is no possibility or there is no chance of bending, right? So by that, open coil helical spring will falls under both the categories of axial force and bending force. Okay, so axial force ante which is under compression, so where in compression torsion takes place. In bending force, member will under bending. Okay, so here this is what I need to understand. And then what about LMA here? In the closed coil helical spring, you have written L is equal to 2 pi nr. Avuna? So where n is the number of
Rotations.
number of rotations or number of pitch distances, and r is the radius of the coil, right? Then what will be the L here? Ikkada L emoutundi? Will it be same 2 pi nr ena? No, it is not just 2 pi nr, it is 2 pi nr secant alpha. Very, very important for competitive exams. Okay, please remember this. Okay, 2 pi nr secant alpha. Why? Because the secant will comes into picture because of having more in angle. Okay, so oka string ki inko string ki ee angle ekku untundi kabatti, right? So by that, with respect to pitch distance, you have to even consider the angle with respect to vertical also. Okay, ee vertical axis ki ee secant kuda manam consider cheyali when you are calculating the total length of the member, right? So that is what L in open coiled helical spring. Okay, please remember that L is equal to 2 pi nr secant alpha. Okay, One second. Then how can I write a deflection formula straight away? Okay, so deflection is equal to 64 W R W R cube N secant alpha by d power 4 capital N 1 minus 0.2 sine square alpha. Okay. See guys, no need to worry about derivation of this open coiled helical spring. Why? Because the deriving this will require a lot of mathematical knowledge. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to share this derivation to you, but these formulas is very important to solve the problems. Okay. So in this special in springs, so they're going to ask only problems on the open coiled helical spring instead of asking you to derive the derivation. Okay, that's why straight away I'm writing this. So here one I need to understand. So this is the deflection formula for open coiled helical spring. So let us see whether this formula is right or wrong. Correct or wrong and check cheyali. How can I check? Let me take if the alpha is 0. Alpha 0 when alpha is 0, the spring will become straight. Instead of having more inclination with respect to helix, with respect to axis of the string. Okay, so the loop, the spacing between two strings will become less, and where alpha will become 0. Alpha 0 is deflection formula. When alpha becomes 0, what will be the deflection formula? 64 W R cube N by N d power 4. What is this deflection, Amma? What is this deflection? This deflection is very good. Closed coil helical spring. Okay. So by that, the derivation is, so the formula for open coiled helical spring is correct. Right? So that's how we are going to check whether the formula is right or wrong. Okay, ikkada only point ade. So ee alpha anedi ento manam telusukovali, right? So this alpha is nothing but the angle of inclination with respect to the vertical axis of the spring. Okay, so please try to remember this formula for solving problems on open coiled helical spring. Okay guys, right? Okay, so now let's write formula for same deflection formula for leaf springs. Okay, let me first discuss about what do you mean leaf spring. So then I will try to note down the formula on the leaf springs. Okay, so I think only 7 minutes left on this particular session. Okay, so shall I restart again, Amma? So by that we can able to finish these leaf springs. Okay, guys, I request you, so please log in again with the same link. So by that we can continue for another 1 hour, another 40 minutes. So where we can finish these leaf springs and springs which are connected in series and parallel. Okay, then? Please log in again, because this session is having only 6 minutes left. So please log in again. I'm stopping this. Okay. Okay. So guys, let me write heading. So we are going to discuss on carriage springs. It can also be defined as leaf springs and kuda antaru. Okay, leaf springs, carriage springs. So basically these springs are subjected to bending. So they are also called bending springs. Yeah. So usually they are all semi elliptical springs and kuda antaru. See, there are many names. So where you can define these springs or money. Okay, carrier springs, they are also called as leaf springs. Okay, which are subjected to bending. By that they are called bending springs, and they are in a form of a semi-elliptical shape. So by that they are called semi-elliptical springs. Okay, so let me show you how these leaf springs looks like. Yeah, కనిపిస్తుంది అందరికి. So this is the application, right? If you see any vehicle, okay, so where you can able to observe the leaf spring which is below the axis of the vehicle, right? So here let me show you how it is subjected to bending, why it is called bending spring. Okay, yeah, see guys, this is the axis of the wheel. This is the axis of the wheel, right? Below the axis there is a leaf spring. Okay, so where leaf springs are subjected to point load. Okay, and this is the axis of the leaf spring. Okay, axis, right? So this is the axis of the leaf spring. So almost it is something like, you know, the load which is acting on the beam which is in a form of a elliptical shape. Okay, so by that we should consider any member when it is subjected to load perpendicular to the axis of the member. Okay, longitudinal axis of the member. So they are going to be considered as a bending members. Manam consider cheyali. Okay, so here what is the purpose of this bending spring? Em chestundi ikkada? See, if there is no bending spring, what happens? If there is no bending spring, what happens? Emoutundi cheppagalra? What is the purpose of providing a bending spring here? What is the purpose of providing a leaf spring here? Cheppandamma, can anyone describe what is the purpose of providing this leaf spring here?
To resist bending load.
Bending load. Ela carry cheyagalutundi? What is the purpose? Ippudu ee bending spring ledanukondi. Okay, let's consider there is no leaf spring here. Okay, what happens? Just imagine what going to happen. Cheppandamma, emoutundi cheppandi. So this is your wheel and this is your other wheel. So where both are connected with an axis. So axle, kada? Idinni emantaru? Axle antaru. Okay, if there is no leaf spring below the axle, ikkada leaf spring ledanukondi. Actually ikkada leaf springs untayi. If there is no leaf spring, what happens? Tell me. What happens?
Due to heavy load, the axle will be deflected.
Very good. Due to heavy load, what happens? This axle will break. Axle emoutundi? Break ayipotundi immediate ga. Okay, so to control or to avoid the failure of the axle, enduko the important portion to transfer load to the wheels is axle. Avuna kada? Ee axle yokka main purpose entamma? Total body of the vehicle load ni wheels ki transfer cheyali ante this axle is very, very important. Okay, so to absorb this energy, axle meeda pade load ni absorb cheyali ante you need some member which can able to absorb that load. A load ni absorb chese capability edanna oka member ku undali. So that member is this, which can able to carry the or which can able to absorb the load which is falling directly on the axle. So that is the purpose of bending or leaf spring. Okay, so that is the main purpose of this, right? Meeku inko doubt ravachu, sir, why this spring was in this shape? Why can't it be just like, you know, small rock, I mean like in any సాలిడ్ రాడ్, ఒక సాలిడ్ రాడ్ ని డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇలా మనం ప్లేస్ చేయొచ్చు కదా. Why it was provided with some plates? Why these plates are wounded each other? చూడండి. So this is one plate and this is other plate. Like this, there are number of plates which are reducing in its length and which are packed with some plates. ఒక plates తో ప్యాక్ చేశారు. ఓకే, అండ్ ఇట్ వాజ్ wounded each other అన్నమాట. ఎందుకు ఇలా చేశారు? Why can't it be a single solid member which is in a form of a semi-elliptical shape? అది కూడా మనం తెలుసుకోవాలి. Why? Can anyone?
సార్ రోడ్ పైన అప్ అండ్ డౌన్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా సార్.
యా.
అంటే అప్ అండ్ డౌన్స్ ఇప్పుడు సింగిల్ రాడ్ ఉంటే అప్ అండ్ డౌన్స్ అట్లా రెసిస్ట్ చేయలేదు కదా సార్.
ఓకే,
ఒకటే మెంబర్ లాగా ఉంటుంది కదా సార్ సింగిల్ రాడ్.
సింగిల్ మెంబర్ ఉందనుకోండి, ఈ సింగిల్ మెంబర్ అనేది లోడ్ ని డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ చేయలేదు. ఓకే, అదే మీకు మల్టిపుల్ ప్లేట్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ ప్లేట్ మీద పడిన లోడ్ సెకండ్ ప్లేట్ కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయగలుగుతుంది విత్ రిడక్షన్ ఇన్ ఇట్స్ లెంత్ అన్నమాట. Okay, so like this, load will transfer from first plate to second plate to third plate to fourth. Guys, 1 second, I will come back. Yeah, guys, sorry for okay, let's continue. Okay, so what happens because of providing plates with a reduction in its length? What happens? Load will transfer from first plate to second plate to third plate to fourth plate. Like this, load will transfer and it will carry till this end onward. Okay, so load distribution will always happens when there is a reduction in its length. Okay, then only load distribution అనేది జరుగుతుంది ఈజీగా. Okay, so that is the reason why the leaf springs are placed in such a way that the members are bended one by one, okay, with having an equal radius of curvature. అర్థమవుతుందా? What do you mean? నేనేం చెప్పాను ఇక్కడ? By providing each plate having an equal radius, same radius ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట. అంటే if you take the first spring, what is the bending curvature? Like this. If you take the second spring also will bend with the same radius, but just a reduction in its length. Third spring also will bend in the same radius with reduction in its length. So like this, each plate, okay, are going to be have the same radius so that they can contact only at their edges anamata. Okay, by having the same radius, what happens? All these edges can be contacted. Okay, వీటన్నిటి మనం ఈక్వల్ గా కాంటాక్ట్ చేయగలుగుతాం. సో వేర్ యూ క్యాన్ వైండ్ దెమ్ లైక్ దిస్, అన్నిటి మనం ఈ విధంగా వైండ్ చేయగలుగుతాం. ఓకే, సో దట్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ దిస్ leaf springs in the heavy vehicles. Understand? Right? So that is what about the major concept of leaf springs. Okay. Right. So 1 second. So let me erase this.
Sir,
Yeah, చెప్పండి.
sir, leaf springs only resist bending, sir.
See, when they are subjected to bending, they are capable to resist bending.
The tension, compression, or
No, not tension, not compression. Why? Because tension, compression always happens when the load is parallel to the axis. అది ఎప్పుడు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. Okay. Understand?
Any torsion will take place.
No. There is no possibility of torsion. Why? Because load is not acting on the surface of the member. Load is not acting on the surface of the member. Load is acting perpendicular to the axis of the member. Kabatti, there is no possibility of torsion. Okay. If possible, there will be compression and tension in this member. Draw chestanu meer chudandi okasari. So this is your beam. Let us consider a beam which is subjected to point load, which is perpendicular to the axis of the beam. So when it bends, what happens, Summa? Sorry. So this is your axis. Above the axis, what happens? There is a possibility of compression. Kada? Avuna? This is what you have studied in your strength of materials one. Below the axis, members will be elongate. The fibers, the plate fibers which are below the neutral axis, they are all subjected to tension. On top of the fiber, they are all subjected to compression. Okay. They are not due to axial loads. They are only due to transverse load. Okay. Direct compression, direct tension eppudu untundi ante eppudaithe member lo idi axis anukunte, when the load is parallel to the axis, then only it will be subjected to tension. When the load is parallel to the axis in this direction, then only it will be subjected to compression. Okay. In these cases, what happens? Member will bend. In that, this is called compression bending antaru. This is called tensile bending antaru. Due to this, compression bending stresses will develop. Due to this, tensile bending stresses will develop. Ardhamavutunda? Okay. Antegani axial tension, axial compression aithe undadu. Okay. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, so let me go with a new page. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we are discussing on leaf springs. So I think you all understood what exactly the leaf springs. So here very important points straight away I will try to reflect here. So it consists of basically number of parallel strips. Leaf springs basically consists of number of parallel strips. Why? Because leaf spring will be like this, which is having number of strips which are parallel to each other, right? And the strips are all made up of metal, okay, of same width. Width the same untundi. Okay, so and which are placed one above the other. Okay, if you take the strip, oka strip తీసుకుంటే ఆ strip width ఇలా ఉంటుంది. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. And the second strip also will have the same width. Third strip also will have the same width. Fourth also will have the same width. Okay. Annitki width common. Okay. This is what width of the member. Right. So that is also an important one. Next one, the plates are bent with same radius of curvature. Okay. So if you take the radius of the first plate, okay, and the radius of the second plate will also be same. Radius of the third plate, RA untundi. Chinna plate తీసుకున్న దాని యొక్క radius RA ఉంటుంది. Okay. So like this, the radius of the plates will be same. Why they have to maintain same radius, amma? To have a contact Okay, at their edges. Edges దగ్గర కాంటాక్ట్ చేయడానికి we have to provide the same radius. Then only the load distribution will happens eventually from one plate to other plate. ఒక ప్లేట్ నుంచి అదర్ ప్లేట్ కి లోడ్ అనేది ఈవెన్చువల్ గా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవ్వగలుగుతుంది. ఓకే, క్లియర్? అండ్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్, very important point. So the load which is acting on the axis, ఇక్కడ load ఎక్కడ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది? So load directly it won't act at center. The load W is applied at the center. The change of curvature of each plate is uniform and the same for all the plates, and the contact will continue to the ends only. Okay, so if you see the picture clearly, if you try to observe the picture, ఇది ఒకసారి చూడండి, ద సేమ్ పిక్చర్. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, హియర్ లోడ్ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది కదమ్మా, రైట్? కెన్ యూ టెల్ మీ at which point the load distribution is taking place? And then what I am asking is, if you take a simply supported beam which is subjected to point load W, can you tell me where the reactions will occur? Ekkadamma? At support. Enta? Correct? Isn't it? Correct in a picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What happens to the spring? ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్ప్రింగ్ ఎలా ఉందమ్మా? ఇలా ఉంది. ఓకే, లోడ్ ఇక్కడ యాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. మరి ఈ స్ప్రింగ్ కి ఏదైనా సపోర్ట్ ఉందా? ఏమి లేదా. సపోర్ట్ బాటమ్ లో ఉందా, టాప్ లో ఉందా?
టాప్ లో ఉంది సార్.
వెరీ గుడ్, టాప్ లో ఉంది సపోర్ట్. అంటే దెర్ ఇస్ నో సపోర్ట్ బిలో ద స్ప్రింగ్, దెర్ ఇస్ ఎ సపోర్ట్ ఆన్ టాప్ ఆఫ్ ద స్ప్రింగ్. మరి ఈ సపోర్ట్ ఎంత అవుతుందో చెప్పగలరా? ఎంతమ్మా? వాట్ విల్ బి ద సపోర్ట్? ఎంత అవి? See, just common sense. Please use your mind to answer this. When the axial load is falling on the spring, as the spring is in the air and which is supported at both ends at the top, then what will be these two supporting loads? ఇదెంత ఉంటుంది, ఇదెంత ఉంటుంది. ఇలాగే ఇటు సైడ్ కూడా సపోర్ట్ ఉంటుంది. ఎంతమ్మా ఈ రెండు ఎంత ఉంటాయి చెప్పండి? Or in other way I can write it. Illa anukondi. In other direction. What will be this?
W/2, sir.
Very good. W/2, W/2 ante. Ante kada. Entaithe load act avutundo, the same load it will be distributed to both ends in other way direction. Okay? Other way direction lo distribute avutundi kabatti ఇది bend avvakunda ee support ane resist chestundi. Understand? So this force will be resisted at both ends in other way direction. Okay, as W/2, as W/2. Clear? That is what I am talking about. When the load W is applied at the center, okay, applied at center, the change of curvature of each plate is uniform. Kada? This bend in on first plate, second plate koda same ga bend avutundi. Third plate, fourth plate. So by that, the radius of curvature of each plate will be same. Sorry. Will be same, right? And so when the radius of curvature is same, what happens? The plate will plate will be bend uniformly and the contact will be continue at the ends only. This contact ippudu miss avadu anamata. Why? When each plate will have the same radius of curvature when it is subjected to load, so the contact between these plates will remain same. Okay, contact will remain same. So this is how the leaf springs will behave. Okay, based on that, the deflection of the spring will be calculated with the formula delta is equal to, you can write down the formula 3W L cube by 8 E N B T cube. So this is how we can write the formula. Okay, so let me write in on screen. So by that you can able to understand it clearly. Okay, మీ అందరి కాన్సెప్ట్ అయితే అర్థమైంది కదా. So then where this deflection comes into picture, this deflection is because of the point load or an axial load which is acting on the leaf spring directly. Okay, let me erase this. So 2 minutes, sir. Okay, yeah. So now let me write deflection formula. W by 2. Due to this load, okay, so the total L is this, okay, and half of the distance is L by 2. Please draw this sum. So by that you can able to understand the formula of deflection easily, right? And if you see the plate as an individual, each plate will have a proper width and proper thickness. Kada? Okay, so this is width B and this is thickness T. Okay, now what is the deflection formula? Delta is equal to 3W L cube by 8 E N B T. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఫార్ములా లో ఒక్కొక్క పారామీటర్ చూడండి. Sir, in the previous formulas like open coiled helical spring and closed coiled helical spring, you have mentioned the elastic constant N mention చేశాను. Why? ఎందుకు అక్కడ N mention చేశాను, ఇక్కడ నేను E mention చేశాను? Can anyone? Because in open coil helical spring and closed coil helical spring, there is a torsion which relates to shear modulus. Avuna? But here what happens, as it is a beam, beams always bend. The elastic constant for the beams are what? Everyone చెప్పగలరా? For beams, what is the elastic constant? Young's modulus E. That's why E comes into picture. W is the load. L is the length of the leaf spring. E is the elastic constant of the beam. Why? Because this is beam plate kabatti. There is no shear takes place. As one of your student asked, sir, what happens to the leaf springs? Leaf springs always bend. When they bend, the elastic constant E comes into picture, which is called as a modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus. And what is N? There in open coiled and closed coil, N is nothing but number of turns. But here, what is N? Can anyone? What is N?
Number of strips.
Very good. Number of strips, number of plates. Okay, leaf spring plates. Okay, N is number of plates. B is nothing but width of the plate. T is nothing but thickness of the plate. Okay, all together you can able to calculate the deflection of the spring. Okay, so finally you will get in, right?
Sir,
Even I will try to చెప్పండి.
Sir, ఇక్కడ అందులో ఓపెన్ కాయిల్ అండ్ క్లోజ్డ్ కాయిల్ లో L is equal to 2 pi NR తీసుకున్నారు కదా సార్?
L is equal to length of the member. ఎందుకంటే స్ప్రింగ్ ఇలా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి L is equal to 2 pi NR తీసుకున్నాం. N is the number of turns, R is the radius of the coil. Yeah.
ఇందులో ఏం తీసుకుంటారు సార్ లీఫ్ స్ప్రింగ్?
ఇక్కడ L అంటే length of the beam. ఇక్కడ రాశాను కదా, ఇక్కడ L is nothing but length of the beam. ఈ beam length, maximum length of the beam. ఓకే, లీఫ్ స్ప్రింగ్ ఎంత అయితే లెంత్ ఉంటుందో దట్ ఇస్ మీకు పిక్చర్ లో కూడా చూపిస్తాను చూడండి. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్, లెట్ మీ షో ఇట్ హియర్ ఇన్ Notion. So this is the length. Okay, so this length you have to consider as a overall length of the leaf spring. Okay na? Emma, fine.
సార్ అక్కడ స్పెషల్ ఫార్ములా ఉంది కదా సార్, ఎల్ కి 2π అన్నారని.
అవునమ్మా, అది స్ప్రింగ్ కాబట్టి.
ఇక్కడ అట్లా ఏమి ఉండదా సార్?
ఏం అంటున్నమ్మా, సి యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ క్లియర్లీ అమ్మా. ఇక్కడ లెంత్ అనేది ఏంటి, ఇది స్ప్రింగ్. ఈ స్ప్రింగ్ లెంత్ ఎలా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాము? ఇఫ్ యు మేక్ యువర్ స్ప్రింగ్ స్ట్రైట్, ఇప్పుడు ఈ వైర్ ఉందా, ఈ వైర్ ని కంప్లీట్ గా స్ట్రైట్ చేయండి, ఇట్ విల్ బి సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ లెంత్. అవునా, అర్థమవుతుందా? ఈ వైర్ ని మనం స్ట్రైట్ చేస్తే దిస్ ఇస్ ద ఓవరాల్ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద స్ప్రింగ్, కరెక్ట్? సో దిస్ ఇస్ లెంత్. ఏమో అర్థమవుతుందా? దిస్ ఇస్ ద లెంత్, ఒరిజినల్ లెంత్. ఈ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద వైర్ ని మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, వీఆర్ జస్ట్ వైండింగ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ఎ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ ఎ స్ప్రింగ్. మరి ఇలా స్ప్రింగ్ ని మనం వైండ్ చేసినప్పుడు దీని లెంత్ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాం? 2π, N అంటే నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టర్న్స్, R అంటే రేడియస్ ఆఫ్ ద కాయిల్. సో దిస్ ఇస్ హౌ వీఆర్ జస్ట్ కన్వర్టింగ్ ద హోల్ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద వైర్ ఇంటూ 2πNR. Why? Because this wire is only winding into in a form of a spring. అందువల్ల ఇక్కడ ఒక ఫార్ములా లాగా మనం మెన్షన్ చేస్తున్నాం. బట్ హియర్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, బీమ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇన్ ఎ లాంగిట్యూడినల్ వే. ఇదేం మనం వైండ్ చేయట్లేదు కదా, ఈ బీమ్ అనేది లాంగిట్యూడినల్ స్ట్రైట్ గానే ఉంది కాబట్టి L యూ కెన్ టేక్ డైరెక్ట్లీ యాజ్ ఎ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద మెంబర్, రైట్? దీనికి ఎటువంటి ఫార్ములా ఏమి ఉండదు. ఏమో అర్థమైందా? ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద లెంత్, అంతే. ఇది ఎందుకంటే ఇది జస్ట్ స్ట్రైట్ లెంత్ కదా, యు ఆర్ నాట్ వైండింగ్ దట్ ఇన్ ఎనీ ఫార్మ్. అందువల్ల యూ కెన్ డైరెక్ట్లీ టేక్ ద లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద మెంబర్ యాజ్ L ఇన్ బీమ్స్. క్లియర్? సో ప్లీజ్ note down clearly. Here N is equal to number of plates, T is equal to thickness of plate. Why? Because thickness of the plates are same. Ikkada enni plates untayo anni plates yokka thickness same. Okay, and B is equal to width of plate, so which is same, okay, for all plates and what, right? Even you can see it here. If you see the first plate width is so this is the width, okay, and the thickness, each plate ko oka thickness untundi. So if you see every plate is having the same width and same thicknesses, okay. So that is what the deflection formula is written as 3W_L cube by 8E_N_P_T. Okay, right. So that's what about open coil helical spring and leaf spring sum. Okay, so I think I couldn't able to finish springs in series and springs in parallel. Okay, if time permits, I will try to make a video on springs in series and parallel, and I will just share to in YouTube. Okay, you can go through those and you can ask me doubts in the next class. Okay, so because I have other works, so please excuse me. So by that I will continue the class in the next week. Okay, right guys, ikkada varaku emana doubts unnaya? Emma, clear? So please respond. Clear, huh?
Clear, sir.
Guys,
Clear, sir.
okay, Madan. Okay, see you in the next class. Okay, bye.